For the chili, I have ground beef, half an onion, half a green bell pepper, 2 cloves of garlic, 1 tablespoon of tomato paste, 14 ounces of whole tomatoes and their juice, half a tablespoon of ground cumin mixed with half a teaspoon of dried oregano, half a teaspoon of salt and pepper, and then we also have 3/4 cups of drained and rinsed pinto beans. You can also use kidney beans if you'd like. I have kidney beans here. Okay, the first thing you want to do is start your beef into a saucepan. We're using a 80-20 grind, which means it's 80% meat, 20% fat. So you don't necessarily have to put any oil in here. You'll have enough fat in here. So we'll just get that. While your meat's going, you can begin to dice your vegetables. Okay, the first thing you want to do is start to dice your vegetables. The proper way to dice your onion. You have a half an onion here. Make sure you leave the core on. Take off one end. Make sure your knife is sharpened. And you can just barely take off and the core is still intact. Remove the first layer. Then you're going to go just about all the way through, just like this. Notice I'm not going all through the onion. We're going to do a medium dice, just like this. Then you're going to cut right in half this way, same thing. Don't go all the way through, just go just to the very end. Then you're going to slice your onion and you'll get a perfect medium dice. Use the whole thing. Okay. For the bell pepper, we're going to take out the seeds. We'll set this aside. Cut off one end. And take a little bit of the rib off if you'd like. Then you're going to cut the pepper, same way. Turn it around. So you have uniform size. We'll get that back. And we'll get the last of this. Okay, we'll set those aside. Now for the garlic, you have a whole clove of garlic, 2 cloves. This is what you'll do. You're barely going to hit it with your knife, just like that. Everything should come right out. Again, hit it, and it should all come out. Then take off the end, and then we're going to do a minced. So again, you can do several ways. One way is to smash it, just to get it started, and then you can mince it. And there's your garlic. Okay, so as you can see, we've got some fat in here that has been rendered out. The meat is just about cooked all the way. Add your diced peppers, onions, garlic into the pot so we can get them sweated out. Like so. And then make sure you cook that beef all the way through. Okay, all we're going to do here is just soften the vegetables a little bit, so we're calling it, it's called sweating. It'll eventually cook all the way once the whole chili is done. You want to at least get them started. You want to get that garlic cooked. You want to be able to smell that garlic. Just like this. Okay, and once the beef has cooked, then you're going to add your tomato paste. This is a very important step. You want to make sure you cook it. So again, put it into the pot, make sure it cooks. Let it blend in well with the vegetables. Again, it tastes very raw if you don't do it, so you want to kind of cook it. Get that flavor of that tomato paste, and this will intensify the flavor. So roughly about 2 minutes. Make sure it blends in really well. It cooks. Then you're going to add your tomatoes. Break them down a little bit if you want them smaller. Then you're going to add your cumin, oregano. I'm going to break the oregano down a little bit too. And you have your cumin. So we're adding these slowly in. Then you add your salt and pepper to taste. Make sure that you taste it. So adjust if needed. Then finally you're going to add your beans. If you need to add a little more water to it, you can. This is a nice thick and hearty soup or chili. So if you need to add a little water, you can add a little water or beef broth if you choose. So we're just going to go ahead and add a little more water to it. And this is your chili. Okay, we added a little water, which means that we'll have to probably adjust again with salt and pepper. And then just let it simmer for roughly 5 minutes and then taste it. See if it needs any salt and pepper. This actually tastes much better the second day because all those flavors or all the ingredients in there blend in overnight and you get a better flavor out of this. And that's it, let it simmer. For the cornbread, I have 5 ounces of milk, 1 large egg that we're going to lightly beat, 3 ounces of vegetable oil, 1.5 tablespoons of melted butter, 3/4 cups all-purpose flour, 3 ounces of granulated sugar, 1/4 cup of yellow cornmeal, 1/2 tablespoon of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, the first thing you want to do is get a pan, spray it, make sure you get the edges and the corners, set it aside. Then you're going to go ahead and get your dry ingredients, place them in the bowl. I've got them all in here. Place that all in. Mix it up. So you don't need to do this on the KitchenAid or the stand-up mixer. Just mix it up really good. Set it aside. Combine your milk with your egg. Mix it up. Make sure you get that egg completely, thoroughly mixed in. Add your oil. Add your butter. Give it a quick little mix. And then you're going to add this in. Just give it a quick little mix. Sometimes when you want to mix it up really thoroughly, you can put it over the bowl. So if you have any spills, it goes right into the bowl. Mix it up. At this point, get your rubber spatula. Make sure you get from the bottom. Make sure you thoroughly mix it. And then you get your pan. Place it in. Make sure you get all of it. Okay, to unmold, just simply turn it over on the board. If you sprayed it well enough, it should come right out. And you're going to go ahead and cut it. I'm going to go ahead and cut it this way. Do it any way you want. Cut mine like this. Set that aside. Then you're going to get your bowl, place your chili in it, you can add sour cream if you want. I'm going to put a little cheese. Cornbread. And then if you want, I like to put a little bit of chips. This is another little element you can put to it. And maybe some green onion, and then you can hit it with sour cream. The chips give it a nice little crunch. And there you go. You got nice chili beans with cheese and corn chips and cornbread.